Over the years, there's been plenty of horror movies, but which ones are unforgettable?
Stephen King's Carrie, released in 1976, stars a young John Travolta and Sissy Spacek as Carrie. The young teen is an outcast who is the talk of the town due to her irate mother who is deeply religious. Carrie soon realizes her powers of telekinesis before the local bullies take advantage of her and wreaks havoc on everyone. This adaptation by De Palma would go to become the best representation of the novel.
Considered some of the most demanded movies in history, Saw came to the big screen in 2004. Audiences fled to the nearest theater to see this sadistic tale and its main puppet Jigsaw. In the first weekend, the movie made a whopping $18 million at the box office, making this franchise unforgettable.
American Psycho, released in 2000, based in the 1980s, this movie centers around Patrick Bateman, who works on Wall Street by day and ravagely murders by night. In its first weekend, it got a whole $4.9 million. Christian Bale's terrific acting made this title so unforgettable.
With Jack Nicholson's terrifying rendition of Stephen King's The Shining, it's no wonder why this movie makes our list. Released in 1980, this tale centers around an author looking to get away and write another hit, but due to the snow and other occurrences, he becomes unhinged. Even the movie's location, the Stanley Hotel, was haunted, just adding to the creepiness surrounding this hit.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a movie originally being banned in various places, definitely earns a spot on this list. The story follows a group of travelers who are in the chase of their life as a family of psychopaths are designed to kill them. Leatherface, based on serial killer Ed Gein, wields a chainsaw and is ready to kill. Although this movie did poor at first, its cult following kept it alive for many.
Here's one the fans would hate not to see on our list. Friday the 13th, released in 1980, features a group of camp counselors being hunted down by an unknown figure. The site of the grisly attacks is also the site where a young boy Jason drowned as a child. The film was so praised by fans it spawned 10 sequels, including a hit showdown between Jason and another member of our list.
Michael Myers. Back in 1978, John Carpenter released what could be considered the greatest horror franchise of all time. Halloween started with a small budget of $300,000 but made a huge splash to fans. The quoted line, "You can't kill the boogeyman," made Michael Myers a standing force, unable to be defeated. The plot follows a young boy who murdered his sister back in 1963, later escaped from a mental facility to return and kill again. The movie spawned 7 sequels and 2 remakes in a lifetime of fame.
Based on a real story of a doll possessed by the spirit of a young girl, Annabelle has grown quickly into another standing franchise in the horror movie genre. In the first movie, a young couple is plagued by supernatural occurrences after an attack of Satanists shakes their lives up. The real story is still just as horrifying as the movie, as the doll has been reported to have powers and actually caused many fatal accidents to its naysayers. Either way, the doll or the movie, no one will forget.
Exorcist. William Friedkin brought us The Exorcist in 1973, and horror movies were never the same. The plot follows a 12-year-old girl who becomes taken over by an entity, and eventually her mother seeks help of 2 priests to exorcise whatever was in the little girl. This movie will forever hold a place in not only the top horror films of its decade, but of all time.
Wes Craven's horrible creation based on real events, Nightmare on Elm Street, takes the cake. When you think of horror, the first name you think of is Freddy Krueger. Undoubtedly, this hit is the most unforgettable. The story goes a child murderer was burned alive by the parents of the kids he murdered, and eventually he came back to kill more kids in their dreams. The original movie even features a young Johnny Depp who suffers at the hands of Freddy Krueger. This franchise is filled with memorable deaths such as the pizza face, where Freddy literally picks meatballs with the teen's face on it and eats it, or even when he comes out of the TV and kills another teen. This original movie went on to create 8 sequels, including an amazing showdown between Freddy and Jason. All the sequels combined made a total of $361 million domestically and $448 million worldwide.